In this video, we will be looking at the nature of stationary points. A stationary point occurs when the gradient of a tangent to a curve is equal to 0. To find the x-ordinate or value of a stationary point on a curve f of x, we simply solve the derivative f dashed of x equal to 0. To find the y value or y-ordinate of the stationary point, we substitute any x values where we know stationary points occur back into the original function f of x. There are three types of stationary points. The first type is a local maximum, and this is when you have your gradient going from positive to 0 to negative on the graph. The next type is a local minimum, and on the graph that is characterized by the gradient going from negative to 0 to positive. The final type is a stationary point of inflection, and that's when the gradient on either side of your zero gradient is the same. So in this case, we have a negative gradient going to 0 and then continuing on to negative. You could also have a stationary point of inflection where it went positive, 0, positive. To determine the nature of a stationary point, we can use a slope diagram. And here are some steps that you can follow along to help complete your slope diagram. So step 1 is just to determine the derivative of the function f dashed of x. Next, you find the x values of the stationary points by solving f dashed of x, or the derivative, is equal to 0. Step 3, you set up a table with the x values found in step 2, so they are the x values where the stationary point occurs, separated by easily evaluated values of x. For step 4, you need to determine the value of f dashed of x for each of the x values in the table that you constructed in step 3. For step 5, you need to inspect the sign, so whether the value is positive, negative, or 0, for each of the values found in step 4, and set up a slope diagram. For step 6, you simply need to state the nature of the stationary points by inspecting the slope diagram you've just created. So we'll illustrate this with an example now. So we want to determine the nature of the stationary points for the function y equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 9x plus 2. So the first thing we want to do is calculate the derivative, and the notation we'll use here is dy dx because we're given a rule with y as the name. So using power out the front, 1 off the power, we find that the derivative is going to be 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. And now to find the stationary points, we set this equal to 0. So we want to solve 3x squared minus 6x minus 9 is equal to 0. And the first thing we can identify is that 3 is a common factor for all of those terms. So we can factorize that out, and that will leave behind in brackets x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. And now this is a quadratic that we're trying to solve, so we know that we can factorize it and then use the null factor law. So the 3 is still out the front, but then in brackets, we need to look for values that are factors of negative 3 that add up to negative 2. So we can use x minus 3 and x plus 1 to achieve that. Using the null factor law, we can now say that x minus 3 could equal 0, or we could have x plus 1 is equal to 0. By adding 3 to both sides of this first equation, we find that x is equal to 3, and by subtracting 1 from both sides of this equation, we find that x is equal to minus 1. So the next step in setting up our slope diagram is to put those values in our table. So we're going to put x is negative 1 here, and x is 3 here. And we're going to put easy to evaluate values in between and to the right hand side and left hand side of those points. So I'm going to choose x equals negative 2 as being a value that's less than negative 1. I'm going to choose x equals 0 as being a value that's between negative 1 and 3. And I'm going to choose x equals 4 as being a value greater than 3. Next up, we need to find the value of the derivative for each of these values. However, we know that the derivative is simply 0 for negative 1 and 3, and that's because they are the values of x that came out of this equation when we solved the derivative equal to 0. So now we need to find the value of dy dx, so the value of the derivative when x is equal to minus 2. So that's a notation we can use for that. And if x is equal to minus 2, our derivative is 3 times minus 2 squared minus 6 times minus 2 minus 9. And if you go through and you evaluate that, you find that that is equal to positive 15. So the value of dy dx here is 15. Next we evaluate dy dx, the derivative, when x is equal to 0. And that will give us 3 times 0 squared minus 6 times 0 minus 9. And when you evaluate that, that is equal to minus 9. So we put that down here in our table. And the last one we need to do is dy dx, evaluated at x equals 4. And when we evaluate that, we'll have 3 times 4 squared minus 6 times 4 minus 9. And when you evaluate that, you should find that it is equal to positive 15 once again. So we put our 15 down here in the table. Next, what we want to do is work out what the sign of dy dx is. And by sign, we just mean whether it's positive, 0, or negative. So this is positive, 0, negative, 0, and positive. And that means we can now construct our slope diagram. So a positive gradient would look like this. A 0 gradient would look like that, a negative gradient would look like this, 0 would look like that, and positive would look like this. So if we consider the stationary point when x equals negative 1, we can see that it's a local maximum because it goes positive, 0, and negative. Therefore, at x equals negative 1, we have a local maximum. And then if we have a look at the other place we knew a stationary point to be, which was at x equals 3, we can see that it is a local minimum. So after this video, you should be able to determine the x values of a stationary point. Recall that there are 3 different types of stationary points, and you should be able to determine the nature of the stationary points using a slope diagram when you're given a rule.